Well, see what it does. Gas setting 2. Ready? I've been trying and trying to get 7.62x39 ARs to work. Oh, dude. All right. Back in love with 7.62x39 ARs. Ripper, dude.
It didn't even move.
No recoil.
No.
I mean, there's a little, but dude, the recoil
Barely.
is awesome, and that trigger is freaking sick. It's a 2-stage.
That looks cool.
Welcome back, and we all need to calm down. I'm shooting an AR. I'm getting very excited. That's not like me, but there's definitely a reason why I'm getting so excited. Today's video specifically is on the PWS MK116 MOD2 7.62x39 AR15 variant. That's a mouthful, but man, buckle up. This is going to be a good one. Clearly, you saw in that opening clip that this thing rips and tears, and I was clearly enjoying it. And there's a big reason for that. You know, I love NATO AKs. I love that you can run an AK flawlessly with 5.56, a very common, easy to find round, and especially when they run steel case 223. There's not a lot of guns that most people would run steel case 223 through. AKs to chew that stuff up, and you can really shoot for an extremely cheap price. 7.62x39 is still pretty readily available, very cheap, much cheaper than brass case 5.56 and 223. Still to this day, even though there's Russian bans, still one of the cheapest ways to shoot a carbine. So I've really taken interest over the past couple of years in trying to get an AR-15 to work with 7.62x39. I've tried a ton of different variants. All have been documented here on the channel. Some of those mini videos may or may not still be on the channel, but here's what we've done. Back in the day, we shot the Palmetto State Armory Mark 47, I believe it was called, that takes AK mags. It was good. I don't know if it was great. Still had a lot of light primer strikes, had a malfunction here and there, especially when we would move the magazine at all. I still remember that to this day. And no tunable gas. Man, I had to give that one like a 7.5 out of 10, just purely based on the experience. We shot a lot with the BRN AR180 thing, the BRN 180, which was kind of co-designed by PWS. And we shot a 2-part series on that gun. A lot of you guys seem to like it, but it still just wasn't 100% flawless. And we had to beef up the trigger substantially just to get it to cook off rounds. It did not work like from the factory. If you were to buy one, like straight from them, like you're gonna have to replace parts to get it to run reliably. So I give that one maybe like an 8 out of 10. And even with the can on it, it worked good, but it was still really overgassed. Finally, the worst option, we have a Bear Creek Arsenal 10.5-inch upper. I bought it because it was retro looking, and I really wanted to get like a retro 7.62x39 AR-15 to work. That gun was cheap. I think it was like $2.99, something dumb. Might have been cheaper than that. Within 3 months, not even within 200 rounds, I broke 4 firing pins. I broke 4 extractor claws, and I could barely get a trigger combination to work in that thing to cook off rounds. It's cheap for a reason. Don't buy Bear Creek Arsenal. It's trash, and I don't say that about many companies. They suck. Anyway, enter this gun. My expectations for it are super low because of just all the stuff I've tried in the past. Not really getting me there. I don't even own the BRN 180 upper anymore. Didn't blow me away all that much to keep it, so it's gone. I paid full price for that, by the way. No one gave that to me. I bought it, filmed it. It was cool, not that cool, got rid of it. A bunch of you guys in several of those videos over the years would say, dude, you have to get a PWS. It's the only way to fly if you're gonna get an AR-15 cheaper than 7.62x39. There's the Mutant, and that's cool and everything. They seem to work, but you have to bump up to an AR-10 sized gun. All the parts are beefed up. It's a big gun, heavy gun, expensive gun. That doesn't really do it for me. The idea is to get a normal sized AR-15 to work with the round. And all of you guys would say PWS is the only way to fly. They're the only ones that figured it out. They did it. I would see these comments, I would look, ooh, that's really expensive, not taking a chance, and I would never do it. Good buddy of mine, Kevin, I'll tell you his first name, works for the GOA, Huge two-way advocate. The GOA really does a lot of good for us, much more than a ton of other associations do, and I really believe in those guys. They come out to all of our events. We never charge them a dime. We consider them like our premier nonprofit organization at almost every event. We love the GOA, and we love Kevin. Kevin started to shoot a local match with me, and he's like, dude, listen, I have a PWS. I will let you borrow it. I'm telling you, it's going to change your mind. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, okay, so I do, and this is his. This is at about a 11-inch barreled gun. It's upper and lower. He didn't buy it together. He bought the upper and then eventually found a lower for it and put it all together and did a paint scheme on it. But he was like, dude, I'm telling you, this gun will change your mind. I've been sitting on it for like 2 months because I've been super busy. Finally took it out to the range, and I took a bunch of guns to the range today. And I know I'm getting long-winded, but this is all leading to a point. I took a bunch of guns to the range today, and this one I was like, Rachel, we'll try it. If it fails, we'll move on to something else and keep filming, because I've had so much bad luck with 7.62x39 ARs. Bro, within the first couple of rounds, I was like, oh, ruh-roh. I think we might have a winner on our hands here. Gotta admit, it's pretty freaking fun to run. I've never had these mags be that reliable, which tells me it's probably just the gun I've been stuffing them into. Certified ripper, dude. Dude, it's fun to reload. Camera girl, you got to get down on this just a little bit. It's a pussycat to shoot.
Yeah.
We put over 300 rounds through this thing. 0 malfunctions. I mean, nothing. No light primer strikes, no failures to feed. With all of these curved Duramags that you all say don't work, in this gun, 100% flawless. 4 different mags, all flawless. And I was like, oh my God, maybe, maybe all these people were speaking the truth. Maybe we got something here. So let me go ahead and tell you exactly what it is, how he has it configured, and then we'll go back to telling you just how reliable this thing is. 11-inch upper with just like the generic PWS lower. It's ambi, ton of ambi stuff, and I'll get to that, but that's what we have here. We have a medium to heavy contour barrel. She's definitely thick. 5/8x24 threads. We have a dead air 3-chamber chemo device for our Sandman suppressor. We do suppress this thing a lot in this video. We have a tunable gas block with 3 settings. Setting 3 being the least amount of gas, up to 1 being the most amount of gas. Setting 2 is kind of where you want to run, with no suppressor on. So you have like an adverse, a normal, and a suppressed setting. And it works good, and it's super easy to tune. So like that's setting 1, setting 2, setting 3. One of the coolest things about this gun, it has a long stroke gas piston. You could probably see in here this channel. That's the channel for the piston. In fact, let me show you what that thing looks like. This is your gas piston setup. It's your T-handle. There's the bolt. Might be a little hard to see, but there's the bolt face. It doesn't really look that different from any other bolt face, but it looks like whatever that extractor claw is made out of, it might be like titanium or some shit. It's clearly a different material. It's probably made out of adamantium like Wolverine, because that thing should not have survived the punishment we put it through. But there it is, guys. That is a long stroke gas piston AR. That is not an AR-10. that survived. Awesome. So that's neat. Full flat top upper, you know, modern AR stuff, nothing special there. I mean, the handguard, it's a free float handguard, nothing special, right? It does kind of have this tanky, like built like a tank kind of feel to it. The upper you'll see is ribbed for his pleasure. Kind of a cool look. You don't see many uppers like that. And even the lower is kind of like ribbed everywhere to match the upper. Pretty cool. It definitely feels substantial. Everything on this gun's ambi. Ambi T-handle, ambi safety selector, ambi mag release, one there, and there's one there. And we even have the ambi bolt release there, which works pretty freaking good. Mil-spec buffer tube, and that's pretty much it. Just a B5 stock that I threw on there, and he's got a BCM grip. Now, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about that I talked to Kevin on the phone about, and I said, dude, okay, I give. It's awesome. Like, I literally called him right after I got done shooting it. I said, number one, I gotta know what trigger you used, what's the buffer weight set up, like what's the combination to make this thing shoot like it does, because it shoots so good. H2 buffer, Geisley SSAE trigger with the Wolf Extra Power hammer spring. Now, I've tried the Wolf Extra Power hammer spring with mil-spec triggers, and it increased the pull weight for me substantially, but it was the only thing I could do to give the hammer enough ass to cook the round off. But it definitely increased the pull and the reset. Whatever Geisley is doing with this SSAE trigger, the pull weight is still a beautiful, crisp 2-pound, 2-stage trigger pull with enough ass to cook off the round, and can't even tell the hammer spring's there. He's like, I don't know, dude, that's what I was told to do, and it works. So the H2 buffer mixed with that trigger, it was flawless. And I'm not just saying that, like we did a ton of shooting at the range today. Let me go ahead and show you some of that. The dreaded 7.62x39 AR mag, like a curved PP. A lot of people say, I hate the way it looks in the gun. You know what, I kind of like the way it looks. It looks different.
Looks unique.
These are like the kind of mags that I feel like when they hang out with a bunch of other mags. All the other mags are like, hey, stupid. Like Forrest Gump. They load fairly easy. They load from a Podovach too, which is nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll let the camera girl shoot a little bit. Marcello Bella actually shooting an AR-15. Stand by. Meep.
I like it.
Trigger's pretty sweet, right?
Yeah, I love the trigger to it.
All of the mags that we use today are the Duramags, 28 rounders, one 28 rounder, and 3 30 rounders. A mag that so many people would say is finicky, doesn't work, and I would have believed you. I thought maybe it's the magazine causing issues with all these other ARs that I've tried. 300 plus rounds, flawless, four different mags. Whatever magic is on this gun is making these mags run flawlessly, the gun's flawless. I'm just blown away at how good it ran. And the reliability is just awesome. Now granted, I don't know how you can buy these things from PWS, like how they come to you trigger component wise. So if you pick up the upper and you just run that trigger combo with that buffer weight combo, it sounds like you're good. And I was so impressed with it, I'm actually gonna try to find one of these and get it to work. I don't get down with modern ARs. I can't tell them apart, dude. Like, you would really have, and I was telling Kevin this, I said, dude, all these modern ARs, the free floated flat top uppers, they just all look so similar to me. I don't know why one's $3,000. I don't know why one's $599. I don't know, bro. I can tell you why AKs have such vast price differences. This, it's like they all just do the same thing in my opinion. This clearly is a different animal. Long stroke gas piston, beefy barrel, thing is basically a little tank. And the fact that they have gotten by 39 to run without going full retard AR-10 sized, kept everything small, AR-15 sized, with components that are very easy to source, and it's reliable. Never thought I would say that about a 7.62x39 AR. 100% reliable. We suppressed this thing with full power ammo on setting 3, which gives you the least amount of gas. It was awesome. And bam, got a can on there. So we're on setting 3. That be the setting. For sure. Okay, let's just rip it. That's really gassy. Setting 3 is it. A little gassy coming out of the port. Still, even with the gas piston setup, a little gassy, but the coolest thing that I could tell you about suppressing this, number one, it was flawless, no issues suppressing it. And that was all steel case, junk ammo, some would say. I suppress a lot of AKs, long stroke gas piston AKs. I suppress a ton of them. And I tell people, like, when you suppress an AK compared to an AR, there's a clear different feeling. An AK kind of has like that rubber band feeling when you're suppressing it. It's like a slinky feeling is the best way I could describe it. When I suppress ARs with DI, it's like a quick snap, snap, snap. Like the whole gun's just a snap, snap, snap. AKs, it's like a slower recoil impulse, a slinkier recoil impulse, to me, a more comfortable recoil impulse with a can. This feels like suppressing an AK because of the gas setup. It just reminded me so much of that, and it's a welcome feeling. Very cool. I felt right at home. And then we put subs through this thing. I have very few rounds left of the 196 grain Bear Subsonics, very few, but I brought 20 to the range with me today. That ammo's very finicky. It likes a lot of dwell time. It likes an extremely overgassed gun, or it's not gonna work. Put 20 rounds in one of these unreliable Duramags, that's what you all say, on the setting 1, which gives it the most gas, and I would say it is one of the best feeling suppressed guns I've ever felt. I like you guys. That's why I'm dipping into my last few Subsonic rounds from Bear. Setting 1 for fun. All right, camera girl. These may or may not work, but we'll see. Holy Santa Claus
It
shit.
worked.
It is so quiet. Pop one of your ears off. Ready?
Yeah. That was really quiet. Wicked quiet.
Wicked. Okay, watch how little recoil there is.
What?
Okay, that's 6 rounds. I'm counting because I want to do 10. I want Rachel to field 10. That's 6, so I got 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 4 rounds. Here we go. Might have overrode it there. I'm gonna give the rest to Miss Rachel. If you shoot slow on setting 1, it keeps up. No recoil. Hearing safe. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the thing didn't even move.
Yeah, so it didn't pick it up. Meaning the bolt's probably short stroking a little bit. Mm-hmm. All right, Rachel, you should have like 11 rounds in here.
Dude.
It doesn't freaking move. And that ejection pattern was nice.
Not at all. It's super quiet.
The M70 that we shot with factory gas was close. Mm-hmm. This feels amazing with subs.
It feels really good.
I've had my ears off this whole time. No ringing, super quiet. Holy crap. There are some AKs that ran subs that feel phenomenal. This is as good, if not better, with subs. So all in all, I'm pleasantly surprised. That's the biggest thing about this video. Super low expectations because of everything I've tried in the past. And then to take it to the range and have it completely overachieve does not happen much. I was telling Kevin on the phone, I said, dude, I could see myself having one of these. Like this, I would be like, all right, Clay, it's okay to own one modern AR. It shoots the big boy around. It's got a gas piston like an AK. Feels kind of like an AK when you're shooting it. And it can be made reliable. You can have your cake and eat it too with this thing. That's what it is. You can have your nice trigger. You can have your low recoil. You can have your AR-15 sized gun. You can have your short barrel and get a ton of velocity. You can have your curved mags and still have them be reliable. You can have your cake and eat it too with this thing. Can't say that about any other by 39 AR variant I've ever tried. Not 100% anyway. This one I can. And that's probably why they are so proud of these things and they are so expensive.
Shooter, understand the course of fire.
I think so.
Shooter, ready?
Ready?
Stand by. Meet. Drop trigger. Perfect. That looked good. But you're tired.
Go!
Anyways, I could talk about this gun for another 20 minutes. I was that blown away by it. But I gotta give this thing back to Kevin at Lethal Weapons, coming up very soon. If you're watching this video, we are probably like a week or two out, and I know we're gonna sell tickets all the way to the event. If you wanna come out and shoot some retro guns with us, come hang out with Kevin at the Gun Owners of America booth. He'll be there, fighting for your rights, and say, hey dude, thanks for letting Clay borrow your gun. Anyways, appreciate you watching. As always, thank you guys for sticking with the channel through all this craziness with YouTube deleting stuff left and right. Like, means a lot. Some of the comments you guys were leaving, dude, they hit me right here, and I definitely don't deserve any of that, but you guys are awesome. Kevin, thank you, and we'll see you next time.